Good morning on a nice humid day in England. The weather is going to get rather warm next week and it's getting there now. I'm in the office at work and I'm rather damp, to say the least. I've got the windows open and I'll be listening to some music. Over the last few days, I've been listening to the new Panic at the Disco album. I've waited until today to kind of put my thoughts and my reactions to it. The one gripe I have with this album, as soon as I see it, is that, yes, okay, a lot of albums are 35 minutes long, 40 minutes long. No problem with that. Having listened to every single song of this album, it looks like it could do with being about 20 to 30 seconds longer in each song. You've got a couple of songs that are like 2 minutes 46, 3:10, 2:49. Now, there's nothing wrong with having songs at that kind of level. But what gets me is that I'm listening to one of the songs and I get to a point, I'm like, yes, I'm really getting into it, and it just feels like it needs to go on a little bit longer. Obviously had his vision and had his reasons why some of these songs were not slightly more in length, but given that, I think that's probably the one gripe a lot of people will have. Now, you can definitely tell that over the last how many years, Panic at the Disco has now become a bit like Marilyn Manson. Obviously, Marilyn Manson was a band. Marilyn Manson himself was also the lead singer of that band. Marilyn Manson himself now has become a solo artist with a backing group. The same has happened with Panic at the Disco. Brendan is now the only surviving member of that entire group of a band that was around originally in about 2003, 4 and 5. He himself, as an artist, can't fault him at all. He still writes songs in that definite vein of what Panic at the Disco were from about 2011, I'd say. Because their first album, you listen to their first album now, there's definitely hints of his influences in that first album compared to past albums, and even this album to a certain point. So you can tell that he hasn't lost himself, as well as what the band was originally about. To me, I see this album as a solo album, which it is, but under the moniker of Panic at the Disco. If you like Panic at the Disco, you'll like it. I honestly think you do, and you will. There's a few notable songs in there that will really grab your attention. The first song, Silver Lining, now that will really, I personally think, will get you quite impressed. It has that intro bit of I suppose it reminds me of a bit like a Frank Sinatra typey thing. I know he has influences from him, so I can definitely tell that in the beginning, but it kicks in straight into the song from that little mini intro, and I'm there going, what the hell am I fucking listening to? Because I didn't expect it in the slightest. I just thought it was going to be maybe a gradual thing into a bit more pacier of a song, or maybe it was just going to start with a kind of slow number and then throw you into it, but it just went straight into it. You can't help but just like you're throwing your hips around. It's just really, really catchy. I think it's a great opener for a song because, especially when you're singing the chorus, after about a few bars, you're there going, I'm singing it as well. Second song is Say Amen. We all know what that one's about because we've heard it how many times. I love playing this, especially if I DJ on a Saturday night. I like playing it because it's a Saturday night. Another good song for me would be High Hopes. It's just simple in how it works. It's got the little drum beat and the trumpets and everything in it. And it's just that simple kind of beat through most of the song. It might change it up a little bit, but that's basically the basis of that entire song. Because of that simple, catchy beat and just how the lyrics are, you're there singing it away to yourself as well and just tapping your foot or whatever. And I think that's probably another highlighted song there for me. Another song, Dancing's Not a Crime, is probably the second longest song on the entire album, which is about 3 minutes 39. Not really a big fan of that song. Ironically, I'm there talking earlier about wanting songs to be slightly longer, and one of the songs, probably one of the weaker songs in my personal opinion, ends up being one of the longest ones. After that, we have One of the Drunks. This song, it's okay. It's typical kind of Panic at the Disco song. It's, again, one of those catchy chorus songs where you're just there singing away. The Overpass is a song that, again, try to go with the trademark catchy chorus and licks. I could actually imagine it being a Mark Ronson produced song. Something that I could have heard in about 2008, the way how the song is made up. Nothing wrong with that, it sounds perfectly fine to me, and it goes well with the rest of the album. Last couple of songs, especially Dying in LA, yeah, okay. Not a great fan, not really bad, just a bit meh, just in between really about the whole song. Not really that fussed in the slightest really about them. I can easily just skip them and go, okay, whatever. as I said earlier, you can tell that he still has these Frank Sinatra influences in how he either tries to sing and how he arranges the songs, with the orchestral bits he puts in and everything. I mean, he has an amazing voice. If you've ever seen him on his Vine videos, he can sing any genre. He really could if he wanted to. He could sing metal, he could sing bloody screamo, he could do what he wants. I think he is a very, very talented artist. But as a whole, the album, as I said, it's good. There's not really a really bad song in it. There's a couple, like I said, you know, Dying in LA is probably my recommended least song to listen to. But my best ones would be Fuck a Silver Lining, Say Amen, Saturday Night, High Hopes, The Overpass, and One of the Drunks. For me, I will give this a 8, I think, out of 10. It's mainly because there's a couple of kind of songs in there, and also it's the lack of some songs, as I said before, not being as long as they could be, because it felt like it needed just maybe another verse in there. If you're a fan of Panic at the Disco, you'll like this. It's not as good as Death of a Bachelor, personally speaking. It's a good release, and I think playing these live especially will have fans quite impressed. What do you think? If you guys have completely different views to me, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear what you think about these songs, about the album, how he's gone, how he has been since he's been basically a solo artist with a backing group, how he's changed or anything like that. I'd like to know people's opinions. Anyway, as always, you take care, and I will see you on the next one.